his problem is, like, come on, man, get your life together. Look at that baby growing up out of there. Oh my god. That I would join the army. Stationed in Alaska, and I was attached to an infantry unit and field artillery unit, and I think I was the only female with like 500-600 guys. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. My life had like some kind of purpose again. If you're asleep, then yay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Tootsie, and this is Tootsierollingstone Entertainment. So today I wanted to talk about some of my plans and maybe talk about my army story, at least the basic gist of it. I know a couple people asked about it or showed interest in it, and so I figured what perfect time than to talk about it now. Okay, so to start off, I mentioned it in my last video, but I'm obsessed with wood wick candles. I just like how the wick sounds, and they smell really good. They're a little more on the expensive end, for me at least. But yeah, they smell really good. They crackle. So yeah, this new one I just bought the other day is called Spiced Blackberry. Oh my god, it smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. Next time, if you guys go to Walmart, even if you don't like these, just smell them. I don't know if that's weird. But I like the wood lids too. And they have like a little rubber ring around them. So, look at all my cute plants. This one is actually my roommate's plant. His name is Fernie Sanders. Yeah, my roommate and I both love Bernie Sanders, so sorry, not sorry. If you don't. Yeah. Anyways, politics aside, I just think he's such a great guy. But yeah, so I have my teddy bear vine back here, which I bought when I first moved in here. February of 2020. That's when I moved back to Pennsylvania, right before everything started. And so I have a spider plant. Yeah. And I wanted to show you, this is really what I wanted to show you guys before I start talking about my army stuff. I have one planner that is dedicated to baby succulents, like trying to get them to grow. So this guy shot up. He was broke and then I fixed him, but now he's falling over. Like they have, like, I have a bunch of little grow lights and stuff, so I don't know what his problem is. Like, come on man, get your life together. Get it together. But okay. Here you can see this succulent was dying, so I just cut it off, and then this new little baby grew out of it. And then this one, actually this was part of the same succulent, and then I just stuck it in soil, and so those little babies grew. Oh God, look at all these little babies. They're so cute. But some of them actually, yeah, that one's, some of them, you can see here, I just pulled him out. They grew roots. Put it over here. Now you can see it. Yeah, they grew roots. Hopefully I didn't just kill that guy. I'm sorry, little man. But, so yeah. So there's a bunch of little babies. Oh my God, look at those little babies. My little succulent babies. Oh, as far as the camera, so I was so excited to use my new iPhone, but I realized I need to get an adapter for the to hook the Yeti up to the iPhone. So once again, I'm using my computer, my web camera that I bought. And look at this little guy. This is my avocado that I planted. Look at that little guy. Growing. But yeah. So you can see back here with my snake plant. You can see all these little babies that are almost ready to pluck off. So once I do that, I will replant them. And look at this. They're all like nice and rooted in there. Oh yeah. So those are all little babies, spider plants. Guys, I planted so many babies. Like half of them died. But yeah, so now I have all these baby little spider plants. And then I told y'all before in the other video, I'm so cheap. Like, I hate wasting money on stuff. So this is an old vodka, like the plastic vodka bottles. My roommate had a few, and so I cut them and made them into like little cat planters. Oh my God. So one of the leaves broke off of my succulent, and I just threw it in here. And look, little babies like sprouted on, like are growing from it. And then this is one of my like fuzzy succulents. Look at that baby growing up out of there. Oh my God. I just love it. But anyways, okay. I just keep talking about my plants. Whatever. Okay, so when I was 19 years old, so right after high school, I went to college for a year and a half, but it was a really good college, and they were really helpful, but it was so expensive. It was a private college, and yeah, the classes, and then I had to work while I was going to school full time, so it was kind of crazy. And my family doesn't have money, and so they weren't able to help me out, and it was really hard. So I decided that I would join the army, And yeah, so when I was 19 years old, I went to the Army. It was December 2005. And so I went to basic training. It was right after Christmas time, so I went to basic training in South Carolina. And then I went to Arizona, which is for my job training. And at the time, they had increased the amount of people they were letting in the Army because of, you know, the Iraq War, Afghanistan, and everything. So I waited for almost 6 months just to get into school, but of course I was in the Army, so basically we just got put on a bunch of details. Like, I legit, for a week straight detail with my friend Emily, we shredded papers. Like, they put us in this room. There was like stacks of papers, no lie, to like the ceiling, and we just had to sit there and shred them. And so, like, there was only one shredder, so we would take turns taking naps. So one of us would sit with our back to the door and take a nap, and then the other one was just shred. But yeah, so then I finally got into class, and it was like a 5-month class. So I was in Arizona for about almost a year. And that's where I got my nickname Tootsie, actually. My friend Brownie and one of the guys we were joking around in formation, like waiting for final formation. And I don't remember the exact topic. We were talking about like old ladies and having like cool old lady names. And they just started calling me Tootsie, and it stuck. Well, after training, I got stationed in Alaska, and my friend Lauren, which we weren't really close right before we got up there, like, we weren't really close in Arizona, but I kind of dated one of her friends. It wasn't really dating, it was stupid, actually. He was weird. But so we got stationed in Alaska together, and in the same unit and everything, and that's how like we became so close and ended up becoming best friends. And we have the exact same birthday, October 1st. So they used to joke and just call us the twins up there, because it was rare if you saw one of us without the other. So so I was stationed in Alaska for 3 years, and while I was there, I did have 1 year where I was deployed to Iraq. So I spent a year in Iraq, and I was attached to an infantry unit and field artillery unit. And I think I was the only female with like 500-600 guys. And so, I mean, I had a really good friend. I call him, his nickname Speedy. But we became really close after that deployment, because it's kind of weird being the only female for a whole year. And I was engaged at the time to my first husband, well, my only husband, but we're divorced now. But I was engaged, but he wasn't down on the base with me. So Speedy was super sweet and like always looked after me. And anyways, yeah. So then while I was in Alaska, I did a lot of really cool things. We went to Denali, and we went down to Anchorage. I was up in Fairbanks, and so I went down to Anchorage, and I learned how to snowboard, and I took a week vacation by myself and just drove around and went down to like Seward and Homer. yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think that is really when I started doing vacations on my own. I kind of like it because I get to do everything I want to do. I don't have to compromise. I get to eat whatever I want. So it's kind of fun. But yeah, so I did some training too in Louisiana and California, and yeah, so then my next duty station was in Germany, and yeah, I actually spent a year in Germany in high school as a foreign exchange student. So the high school I went to, there was only like 53 kids in my graduating class, and I was the first ever foreign exchange student and the last foreign exchange student from that school, which is kind of sad, to be honest. But even from like a young age, I always wanted to travel and go everywhere and see everything. But yeah, so I got to Germany, and I loved it. I was right outside Frankfurt, like in Wiesbaden, and I got to do a bunch of little trips around Germany. I went to France, to Czech Republic, Italy I went a few times, Spain, Poland, Turkey, Greece, quite a few places. But so after I got there, I was there for about 6 months, and they asked me if I would be willing. I was a sergeant at the time. They asked me if I would be willing to waive my dwell time, which is like the downtime you get between deployments, and they needed people with deployment experience. They were kind of lower enlisted, so like private through specialist heavy. So I signed away my dwell time, and I went on a year deployment back to Iraq with them, which overall was just kind of a bad decision. After that, I got divorced. I was in an okay relationship that was kind of just very manipulative and kind of crazy. Yeah. But so that deployment, I actually stayed on base and did actual like interrogations the whole time. So it was just a very stressful deployment. Like my first deployment, it was stressful for different reasons, but mostly because like I would go out on missions with the guys, and I just always felt like I had to prove myself, because a lot of them were super sweet and very protective, and I had to remind them sometimes, like, look, I have a gun too, I can protect myself, I'm capable of doing this. And as the time went on, like, they relaxed more, but I liked it because it was challenging and in a whole different way. Like, I felt useful. I felt like, even though I didn't agree of why we were in Iraq, you know, obviously one person can't change that, but I got to go out to tiny little villages and sit with like the women and the children and just like, sorry, I'm getting emotional. Oh god, why I'm always crying, I'm telling you guys. But but yeah, so I got to sit with them and just like, you know, learn more about their culture and the people and just experience their way of life. And it was different for me because so the men aren't supposed to talk to the women and children, and so I got to see like a whole different aspect of like the people in Iraq. Sorry. But yeah, so my second deployment was just constant, like a million reports to write, and everything was video and audio recorded, which is good because it was there to protect the rights of our well, the detainees, I guess I should say. But I didn't like it. It was very stressful, a lot of work, a lot of long hours, and yeah, so when we got back to Germany, I was promoted to staff sergeant, and I mean, I loved it. I was a platoon sergeant, so I had a bunch of soldiers under me, and I got to actually like take care of them and, you know, run the office and just kind of like a mother role almost, like, you know. But yeah, so after Germany, I got stationed in Texas. Due to the relationship I was in, I requested to go to Fort Bliss to be with her, and it is my longest relationship to date, so it was 4 years. But yeah, so after Texas, which Texas was kind of like the final straw for me because it was a training unit, so we would go out to like the White Sands in New Mexico and do training, and it was just exhausting. And at that point, like doing 2 deployments back to back, I was tired. I was tired of teaching. I was tired of doing that job and just trying to keep everything together. And I'm not gonna lie, most of my times in the Army were good. I thrived with the structure. I came from zero structure, just very chaotic life, to structure every single day was pretty much the same, or you knew what it was going to be. There weren't many surprises. Working out every day, and I was really competitive, so like when I was in Alaska, I was like determined to be the fastest female in the unit, and I would go running on my own at night, like, or in Alaska when it's like dark and freezing, and you have like your Arctic mittens on and your Bali and just everything. So, but I had a really good NCO, Philip. Is his first name. He's actually a lawyer now, and he's just a great person. But he's the one that got me started when I got to Alaska. He got me started in college classes, in which I had mentioned before I was able to finish a bachelor's and an associate's degree. And you know, he would go running with me in the middle, like, well, not middle of the night, but like after work and stuff. He would go running with me, and he was just very genuine and very caring and supportive and just overall great guy. And I was so sad when he left, but he's doing great now. Anyways, back to Fort Bliss, Texas. So I got out of the Army in 2013, so 7 years, just a smidge over 7 years. And then my ex she still had like a year left, so once she got out of the Army, we moved back to Pennsylvania so I can go to school, and she was from California, but we decided to like live closer to one family, and there was no way we could afford to live in California, and both of us go to school, and we had dogs and stuff, so like it was just too complicated. So we moved by Pittsburgh, and yeah, it was my life after that was a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know, I mean, I probably would change things, but everything's kind of coming back around, and like I've mentioned a million times, my brother and sister-in-law are back in my life. I don't speak with my other brother and sister-in-law. It's just he's not really a good person, and I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I'm not really close to any other family members. And actually, to be honest, at the end of this year, I was gonna move to Las Vegas because I love Las Vegas. I've been 5 or 6 times now. I just love it there, and I was just gonna like not disappear, but kind of disappear. And it's so weird, like just the timing of everything, like when Karuna and Victor reached out to me, and I just felt like my life had like some kind of purpose again. You guys, if I like, I'm gonna be known as like the crying YouTuber. Like, I cry all the time. It's so crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys watch the show This Is Us, or A Million Little, what is it called? A Million Things? Oh my god, why am I forgetting that? But both of those shows straight have me crying, like, all the time. Like, I'll message my friend Spice, and I'll be like, girl, I am bawling again. Like, what is wrong with me? What is my life? Why am I like this? But yeah, yeah, so that was my Army experience. Obviously there's a lot in between that, and, you know, like, other relationships and some experiences I won't really talk about on here. Yeah, it's just not that I'm not ready to talk about it, just not ready to talk about it and have a bunch of people listen. That sounds bad, I don't know. But overall, there was a lot of great experiences. I got to travel a lot, I got schooling, yeah, I'm very grateful for my time in there. And now, you know, my medical health care is all through the VA, and I just feel very fortunate that I have them taking care of me. And with the VA, I know a lot of people talk smack on the VA. I've only had one bad experience, and that was at the VA in Redding, California, Northern California. And they just very like I don't know, like the doctor was just like, hurry up and go, like he didn't give a poop. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions or anything, just ask me, and I usually try to get back to everyone's comments if I can, and you know, I don't mind sharing most of my stories or whatever advice. If you have any questions about, you know, the military or traveling, seriously, feel free to ask me. I love military. I love traveling, and I like talking about my military stuff mostly. So if you're thinking about joining, or you were in and just want to talk about it, yeah. I think that's all I really have for today. I don't know. I just kind of liked having all these plants around me. I try to keep everything kind of like soothing and natural, and yeah. I turned down the thing on this mic too because I feel like it picks up my voice pretty good, like on the lowest setting. But yeah, hopefully everyone can hear me okay and there's not too much random noise. My room is in the basement, so yeah, it doesn't pick up too much. Okay guys, well, if you're asleep, then yay. But if not, and you're still here listening to me ramble about nothing and everything all at once, thank you for watching, and thank you for spending this time with me and watching me cry. I really appreciate the love and the support, and yeah, it means a lot to me. You guys don't even know. God, already stubborn. But yeah, so I hope everybody is happy, healthy, and safe, and I'm so grateful. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one.